Hi everyone, welcome to AOG channel where we analyze games so you don't have to. Before we begin, let's do a quick recap. In the first part of this series, we found out that the recommended build is not the best build, and the best build for 1 versus 1 combat between 2 marksmen is the combination of Haas Claw, Berserker's Fury, and Corrosion Scythe. In the second part of this series, we came up with these general item build guidelines for heroes that relies on basic attack for damage. In this video, we will refer to the build of Haas Claw, Berserker's Fury, and Demon Hunter's Sword as AOG Tank Buster build, and Haas Claw, Berserker's Fury, and Corrosion Scythe as AOG 1 vs 1 build. If you missed the first and second part of this series, I've included the link in the video descriptions. In the final part of this series, we will determine the best build for basic attack-based heroes with special attack ability. Let us begin.
Hanabi, Sanjo.
Hanabi's basic attack bounces 4 times to nearby enemies, but the most important element is that the bounces also inherit a portion of the attack effect damage. What this means is the bounces also deal critical damage or Demon Hunter's Sword's passive damage onto enemies. We will compare Hanabi's recommended items build of Corrosion Scythe, Demon Hunter's Sword, and Golden Staff with AOG Tank Buster build. Similar to part 2 of this series, we will test the items on Balearic equipped with Physical Defense build.
Our turret has been destroyed. First blood. Your team destroyed a turret. First blood. Does he see the same movement I see? Your team destroyed this under attack. First blood. Our turret is under attack. First blood.
Even though Hanabi has more remaining HP when AOG Tank Buster build is used, the recommended build has higher DPS or damage per second and therefore can kill off enemy faster. The recommended item build is still the meta because DPS is the most important attribute for marksmen, and Hanabi can counter the lower remaining HP with Aegis spell. We won't be trying out the AOG 1 vs 1 build because Hanabi's strength is not in 1 vs 1 combat.
Let's go.
Similar to Hanabi, Irithel basic attack also shoots additional 2 to 3 arrows. And these arrows inherit a portion of the attack effect damage. First, let's compare the recommended item build with AOG Tank Buster build against Balearic.
You can't run. Yeah. Yeah. First blood. Chase me. Ha. Let's fight. Side by. First blood.
AOG Tank Buster build performs better than the recommended item build. Next, we compare the recommended item build in 1 vs 1 combat with AOG Tank Buster build and AOG 1 vs 1 build.
Yeah. First blood. Don't be lazy, Leo. Run. Ha. First blood. Your turret is under attack.
This time, the recommended item performs better than AOG build. For Irithel, the meta item build is Haas Claw, Berserker's Fury and Windtalker, but if enemy has high physical defense and HP, the AOG general item build guideline still applies.
It's my way or the highway.
Every time Ixia hits an enemy twice, her next basic attack on the enemy will deal higher damage and also recovers her HP. If we look at Ixia's recommended item build, theirs isn't a single combination of build that is dominant. However, we observe that most of the recommended item build has Corrosion Scythe and Demon Hunter Sword. And the third item can be Windtalker or Golden Staff. Let's compare these item builds with AOG 1 vs 1 build.
It feels good to be bad. Team destroys blood. Just stand back and watch me work. Team destroys blood.
For Ixia, the best item build is Corrosion Scythe, Demon Hunter Sword and Golden Staff.
I've been waiting for too long.
Every time Karrie attacks an enemy 4 times, her 5th attack will deal true damage equivalent to 6 to 8% of target's max HP. We want Karrie to have high attack speed in order to trigger this effect as much as possible. We will compare the recommended item build with AOG 1 vs 1 item build in a 1 vs 1 shootout.
One strike, one skill.
First blood.
The result is not surprising because the recommended item build has higher attack speed, which allows Karrie's passive damage to be triggered more often. The dash speed of Wanwan's passive scales with her attack speed. Also, the number of arrows Wanwan shoot out in her ultimate increases with her attack speed. Let's compare Wanwan's ultimate and movement speed using recommended item build and AOG 1 vs 1 build. Now, we look at Wanwan's movement speed.
My aim is impeccable! Yeah. Stop spreading.
Recommended item build is superior because it enables Wanwan to shoot out more arrows and has higher movement speed. For most cases, when it comes to heroes with special passive attack, recommended item build is superior to AOG's build except for Irithel. We can summarize our findings for this series into followings. If you enjoy this video and have learned something from it, please like and subscribe to this channel. I'll be working on more video aiming to improve your gameplay experience and help you win more games. Also, please leave a comment on whether you agree with my analysis or if there's any area you're interested to learn more. Thanks for watching and see you in my next video.